Let me talk about what's going on with Deontay Wilder, one of the heavyweights boxer champs. So Deontay's fiance Tilly Swift was granted a temporary restraining order 2 days after he lost his fight in Dubai. So the reason being because she was concerned that when he comes back he'll become more physically violent because she has experienced those I'll say domestic violence in the past 6 years of dating him. They have been dating since 2015, so they've been dating for 9 years so far, and they are engaged, which I believe is not going to happen. The marriage is not going to happen. The fact that she just filed for temporary restraining order. So what is happening? She filed in LA. These are the alleged things that she said on the restraining order. So the first one, I'm going to read it. So the first one, she alleged said that back in mid-April, I believe, mid-April this year, Wilder gained access to her laptop without her consent and sent disturbing messages to her personal and professional contacts. Man, that boy was wilding, man. All right, so another thing that she said is he ridiculed her, threatened to destroy her belongings. All right, so the third one, she said, oh, this is kind of funny. All right, so he expected her to have intercourse with him 3 times a day. Damn. Yo, my boy's like hungry, man. Shit. 3 times a day, man. You're a boxer, man. You gotta practice, bro. 3 times a day, man. Okay, 3 times a day. All right, I get it, but let me put it two and two together, right? So 3 times a day is how many days a week though? Are you gonna do like 7 days a week? I'm sorry, I cannot do that, man. I probably do that maybe for a week, but I would not do that like for a month or year, bro. I got things to do, man. That's the only thing that I'm concerned is more my top priority though. I heard it was Larsa Pippen and Scottie Pippen. They used to have it like 4 times a day for the past like I don't know, it was like 9 years, some crazy numbers. Like I'm like, dude, how was it even possible? Lots of people used to be in the court, practice, all that. I was even able to do that like 4 times a day. Like, sheesh, that's way beyond addiction, though. It's nothing wrong with it. If you can handle it, you can do it. I think it's fine, but it's just not for me. 3 times a day for like it depends on. I can do like I say a week. Maybe I can stretch it to a month, but damn, man. Ooh, shit, man. But anyways, let me continue, right? So another thing that she said on the restraining order, she said that he choked her at least 6 times in 2018. Damn, that's a lot, man. Um, I kind of believe I might not believe 100%. It's not that specific things that she said, but it kind of sound factual to me. The things that she's saying on the restraining order. Another one, she said he spit on her several times, several other several times. Yeah, that's what it says here. All right. So the last one, she said he once shoved her face in a pillow in a fit of rage for so long she nearly suffocated. Man, yeah, man. Domestic violence, man. I condone it, and you know, nothing good come from it, man. It's not good because nobody would want their loved ones to go through that. It's not good. If you're a man, you have to control your emotion. But as I was doing my research about the topic, I found out that Wilder Deontay was raised with one parent. His mom left the family when he was about 9. He grew up in Alabama in a poverty. His childhood was kind of rough, man. So that's why it's always important to have that nuclear family, to have the dad and the mom is very important. even though nowadays, Western, countries, they're trying to make it seems like it's okay to be a single mom, especially for women, man. Men, most men they haven't really men are kind of scared nowadays to get married, but most men they still have that traditional mentality to have like a family, even though, like I said, they shy away from marriage. But the Western countries, they are brainwashing women to believe that it's okay to have to raise your kids or a kid by yourself. I heard women saying things like, "Oh man, I don't need no man. I'll be fine by myself. I can't raise my kids." Yeah, you can't raise a kid, but honestly, you just creating a future bomb for society, man. That kid, not all cases though. Some cases there's always exception to the rule, but some cases, some kids they end up doing great. But for the most part, I would say it doesn't end well when there's one parents, unless like man, you have to be on the kid, like on them, right? So I did my research. So he was raised with one parents, his upbringing was a little rough, tough, like I said at the beginning. So this has to do a lot with him dealing with women right now. Believe it or not, he has an impact into his relationship. So I also, just let me put up the picture of the fiance Taylor Swift, no Taylor, but Taylor Swift. She's giving me a vibe of the 3 or 4 or a gold digger. She might not be, maybe she was, but this is just my personal opinion. She gives me that vibe that she's Asian looking. It looks like a kind of mixed Asian, but they just say she's Asian. Although this is how they call it stigma, right? They say that no, Asian women are very submissive, family oriented. Yeah, granted, I agree, but the ones that were born here in the States or the ones that came in the States when they were younger, they don't really have that same mentality like the ones raised back home though. They act more American than Americans. I'm never going to lie to you. Looking at her right now, she does not give me that vibe that she's that, those I'm not saying she wasn't wrong, but here what I wanna say though. Here what I wanna say. Relationship is reflective, right? For the most part, you attract who you are. People tend to marry the IQ, right? So I was not able to do my research on the girl, but just based on everything, the tattoo, nothing wrong having a tattoo, but for the most part, we know that tattoo, um, psychologically, mentally, it covers, tattoos cover some type of pain that you might have, you dealing with, or you had in the past, right? So just looking at her, I can tell she probably went through the same upbringing as Deontay. So toxic people attract toxic people because to me it seems like the relationship woes out there not anymore. I would say where the relationship was can I say I was very very toxic though. Like I said, toxic people attract toxic people. So for example, someone like Mark Zuckerberg, hardly you see him attract someone like Sexy Red. Intellectually, mentally, emotionally, they will not stimulate each other. They might have a one night stand. It happens, but like if you're watching right now, right, just do a little how can I say, uh, just go back to your relationships, people, girls that are people that you dated in the past, right? You see that there's a difference between dating, going on dates, and being in a relationship with someone. Let me say, people that you be in a committed relationship with, they are kind of similar to your upbringing or to, like, for example, like, let's say if you went to college or you went to high school, you're probably gonna attract similar people, right? Let's say you like you aspire, or you like you dream very big, you are very ambitious, maybe you have a good job, you have you have your head on your shoulder, I would say. So you most likely going to attract those type of women. You must sleep with women or men, vice versa. You must sleep with men or kind of, I mean, let's just say, because I'm talking general, woman and man, right? You must sleep with a person that is not really in your IQ like that, but you guys will have a hard time to be in a relationship even last longer. I get it. Sometimes you see them Pookies and Rares, they get to smash those high earner woman, but for the most part, they don't really date like that. They're more like snake and link, things of the nature. So basically, that's what it is. So people tend to marry the IQ. So not all the time, but there's always exception to the rule. But for the most part, that's what it works. And there's a way you can get off that circle or that situation. You have to do a lot of healing. You have to do, a lot of, maybe go to therapy. You have to do work on yourself. You have to cleanse yourself, clean yourself up, all that. I'm not talking about cleaning yourself like physically, like mentally. You gotta clean yourself. So that's what I believe is happening. So they both kind of had a little tough back then. So, and not having a mother in your life, it kind of makes you a little bit, it gives them the disadvantage when it comes to dealing with a partner. Vice versa, if you don't have a dad, it gives you the disadvantage when you're dealing with a partner. So you kind of miss a piece of like a knowledge from a woman, or a piece of knowledge from a man. So that's what's happening here. But it's kind of sad to see that how, young people is about 38, young people mess up their life, just being emotional or doing dumb shit, especially the ones that have money. You're probably going through a lot right now. I know boxing, you get hit in your head. Sometimes it does some damage in your brain, things of the nature. But yeah, it's kind of sad. So we really have as human being, it doesn't matter the race. We really have to kind of control ourselves. And also, if you are a parent, you might not be with the mother of your kid like that, or your kids, but try at least to be in your kids' life, because it's important. Because I believe that some people they're not equally yoked to be together. So it might happen that you guys are not compatible, but it happened that you guys created a kid or made a beautiful creation, human being, but you guys are not compatible. But it doesn't mean the kid, you don't have to be in your kid's life. You can still be in your kid's life. You see, it helps though. You see, it helps to be in your kid's life. So that's what I had to say about this topic.
Biggest the what?